Hey there everyone, and happy Monday. I'm Fox 10 News meteorologist Jennifer Lambers with an update on your forecast and also talking about what's just going on with our weather over the next few days. And so really what we're dealing with for these next few days is just going to be some more of those cold temperatures out there, some chilly mornings, and also heading into this evening we also have a full moon as well. So just a lot to unpack with the forecast and what we're seeing out there, but I did want to go ahead and just touch on those forecast lows heading into this evening. Heading into tonight, it's going to be cold out there. We're once again going to start to see some of those conditions just get near freezing for many areas, but could be below freezing for many spots all across the Gulf Coast just once we get further along into the next few days. So again, we're going to talk more about your forecast, what I'm tracking out there, but for now, here is just a view of what we're seeing across the southeast. So we had all of that rain out there just last night, and most of that cleared out so far, and instead what we're going to start to see is beautiful conditions over the next few days, more of that sunshine, those clear skies make an appearance overnight, but it was still a front that was moving through, so you can start to see just some of that cold air located closer towards the mid-south. Other areas across the southeast just seeing more of those 40s and the 50s out there. Here locally what we're seeing is the range of the 50s. Destin still holding on to 49, but Pascagoula up to 62 so far. So really noticing some differences in the temperatures out there. We're still below average for where we should be seeing this time of year, but later on tonight, conditions will begin to cool down. That's when the cloud cover, it starts to get out of here, making way for those clear skies. So we'll be resting in the mid 40s once we get closer towards 7 p.m. And I did just mention it briefly there, but our forecast lows overnight, cold and frosty. So there's going to be a light freeze for many spots tonight, mainly areas on the north side of I-10 looking at the higher chances to see some of those freezing temperatures. So no question about it. Pets, you bring them inside tonight. Those plants, make sure you're still covering them, or you can bring them inside as well. So just make sure that you're taking care of those. Pipes, you really don't need to be leaking those. This is not a hard freeze. Again, this is just a light freeze. Just double check that your sprinklers are turned off. If you're using a space heater, remember to give it space. And then stepping out the door tomorrow morning, whether if it's you, your spouse, your children, make sure they have layers because the forecasted wind chill will once again be cold, starting off in a range of the 20s out there for our feels like temperature, so feeling even cooler despite the actual air temperature running around 7 to 10 degrees above that. Now, heading into tonight, I mentioned it here at the beginning of it. We also have a full moon. So this is going to be the first full moon of 2025. We have the wolf moon heading into tonight. So it's going to be full at 4:26, but we won't start to see it rise over the horizon here locally until we get closer towards 4:59. Now those should actually say that it should be Monday, not Friday there. So I'll go ahead and fix those. But again, heading into tonight, it is going to be bright out there. Luckily, we will start to make way for some of those clear skies, so it'll really help to just brighten up what we see out there, making for really a beautiful night is ahead of us. But we do have this wolf moon for this evening, so it's not going to be a super moon. It's just going to be that full moon heading into this evening. It will start to rise just after around 5 o'clock and then disappear early tomorrow morning, a little bit before 8 a.m. But also something else that's going to be cool heading into this evening, if there are any photographers out there, specifically the folks that really like to capture some of these space phenomenon out there, especially we see some of them around whenever we have these full moons. Well, tonight you're also going to have the chance to see Mars. So Mars is going to be getting really close to the moon on both sides of it. And so that first event around here locally, it's going to start at around 7:50 and last until about 8:20. So you'll have about a 30-minute window to see just on the left side of the moon there, of seeing Mars all nice and bright out there. But then also you're going to have that second chance when it's going to move behind the moon and then re-emerge on the right side of it. So here we'll start. So that next time for us is going to be closer towards 8:40 to 9:30. So you will have two of those windows to walk outside, so you can go ahead and set your alarm. I'll also have more information on this on my Facebook page there, and also you can rewatch all of our next weather segments. So again, that first one is going to be about 7:50 to 8:20 on the left side of the moon, and then that second one will be closer towards 8:40 to 9:30 to be on the right side of the moon, as it will start to reappear on that side after it moves behind it. So just something cool to keep in mind there with everything that we have going on across the Gulf Coast, whether it's our cold mornings or whether it's cool opportunities just to see more of our space news out there. Again, full moon tonight, plus also you could see that Mars picture really close. And so in case you are a photographer out there, you know someone that is, and they managed to capture that, as always, send it our way, fox10tv.com, or by downloading the Fox 10 weather app so you can share your photos and videos there. So again, that's today's edition of Next Weather, just talking about the cold that we're expecting for tonight. The more of those freezing temperatures will continue for the week ahead of us. I'm expecting those until we get closer towards Friday, and then rain creeps back in, and then we go briefly above freezing. But then next week, Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith will talk more about that tonight on Fox 10 News at 4, 5, 9, and 10 about looking long range. We could be waking up for air temperature in the 20s once again heading into next week. We'll continue to keep you updated on your forecast with another edition of Next Weather tomorrow at 2:30. We'll continue to keep you guys updated, but have a wonderful Monday.